Hello, my name is Peter Raymer, and today I want to show you how you can set up D365 event emails. In a past video, I showed you how you can configure D365 to send out emails. I also showed you how you can set up an order template to combine HTML with placeholder and order specific data. Now I want to show you how you can configure certain events in D365 to send out an email. So let's get started. So there is this form called Commerce Email Notification Profile. You need to use the word commerce. I think if you just search for email notification, you may not be able to find it. It's under Retail and Commerce, Headquarters Setup, Commerce Email Notification Profile. So on here, this gives us a profile for all our various emails. We can then tie this profile to certain things that change what emails we want sent out. In this case, I'm working in the demo data, so there's a lot of records already here, but if not, you could create your new profile, give it a description, and then mark it as active. From there, you're going to want to add various retail events to this grid here by clicking the new button. On each one of these events, if I click new here, you'll get a preset list of different events that you can tie an email to. So an order being created, confirmed, an order being shipped, a password being reset. There's quite a few different events that Microsoft has included code to send out an email if you've got this set up at that time. So I'll go ahead and delete this record, but you can see I've got a number of them set up already for order created, customer created, etc. in here. If I want to see what email template I've specified, I can use the drop down and pick a different one in here. So obviously they may not make sense, so it's important to name them correctly. But if you want to drill in and see what they look like, you can click on that blue text. This is going to take you into the organization email templates form, and then from here you can select which message you want to pick in the correct language, then click email message, and it's going to show you a preview of that email in this dialog box. You can then browse, select an HTML file that you've written or edited to update this, but you'll see the various placeholders in here. These get replaced with what's been sent before. So let's back up and go back to this email notification profile. And usually the easiest way is to show you an example end-to-end of how this is going to work out. So let's follow the example for creating a customer. So here I've double checked that I've got an email notification profile that's active. I've got the email notification type of customer created, and then I've got this email template called create. And if I drill in and look at that, that's going to look similar to this right here. And again, this is just the demo data. You can change it to whatever data you want. All right, now that I've got this set up, there's one more thing that I need to make sure I'm doing. I'm going to go to the Commerce Parameters form. You can type that into the top to search for it. And then on the General tab, there is the Email Notification Profile. You need to select this to which profile you want the system to use for this legal entity. So we'll select that. In this case, there's only one, so we're all set there. All right, our next step is we want to create a customer. So let's go to the All Customers form. So that's found in Accounts Receivable, Customers, All Customers. Once we're there, we're going to see all the customers. Well, we actually just want to create a new one. So we can say new, and then we can change this to be a person in this case, and I'll just give it an email of a first name of email test, and then maybe a last name of test 2. And so I've got kind of a funny first name and last name, but there you go. I'm going to give it a sales tax group just so It doesn't complain about that, as well as a customer group. But then the other important thing for me to set in this case is the email address. So I could type in an email address for it to get sent to. So I'm going to just type in test.gmail.com. You can replace this with your email address if you want to try it out. So I'll go ahead and click Save. This is going to create a customer, but it's also going to check to see, do we have an event profile with that customer created event setup and that email template. If it does, it's going to insert a record into an underlying table, and we'll be able to see that here. Let's see here. So yep, in the retail event notification action table underneath the covers, you don't have to look at this. The system has inserted a customer created event notification type with and then this is going to tell the system to create that email for us when we run a batch job. So let's move back to our customer. Let's say you messed up your email address, or you didn't type in what you expected it to be, or you want to change your email address for a future event. You can actually come to this contact information and then add a new primary email address. So you can only have one primary email address, but in this case it needs to be the primary email address of where we're going to send this out to. So once we've got our customer created and this event notification in the background, you could just wait. If you've got the appropriate batch job running on a recurrence, then that batch job will pick up this record and it will handle sending out that email for you. So there's nothing else that you have to do. If you're testing this out and you don't want to wait, you can search for send email notification. And this is found in Retail and Commerce IT, email notifications, send email notification. When we click on this, this is going to run that batch job for us that actually does the work of processing these records, creating the email, replacing the placeholders in our email template, and sending out that email. So in this case, you could set this up as a batch job, click the recurrence button and set this up. Or if you want to run it right away, you leave this checked as no and then click OK, and that will process this email record right away. We can try that out. If I were to come back here and give it a few seconds, eventually this record would get cleared out as the record gets processed. So we saw that right there. Then what I can do is go to my email address or the customer's email address of what it's got sent to, and then see what that email looks like. And I'm going to show you just directly in my screen, so I'm not showing kind of my email address. But I did receive that email. You can kind of see it here. It replaced the customer name placeholder with the name of the email that I had put in previously. Now, interestingly enough, it didn't replace the customer email address placeholder. And I do think that there's a little bit of a bug. This class extends retail EN info instead of retail OEN info. So it didn't actually know that customer email address was a placeholder and have the code to be able to replace it. So just a slight correction there. Maybe that'll get fixed, or maybe we just need to correct the demo data to use a different email placeholder. But that's really it. So this is really powerful, again, where you can use any of these email notifications, combine it with a email template to send out an email with all the styling of CSS that makes that email look professional, but also combined with relevant and timely data about the status of your order or your customer. And this is really powerful. So hopefully in the future I can show you too how you can customize the order templates as well as these events for your custom events and even custom fields. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, click the like button. I also invite you to push the subscribe button as well. If there's other topics you would like to see a video on, please post in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you.